In the realm of unexplained phenomena, few mysteries are as unsettling as the chilling tales of black-eyed children. These enigmatic beings, often appearing at dusk or under the cover of darkness, evoke a primal fear that sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened skeptics. Their most striking feature, their eyes, are said to be completely black, devoid of any discernible iris or pupil, staring into the souls of those unfortunate enough to cross their path. Whispers of these encounters have circulated for decades, passed down through generations like ghost stories shared around a campfire. Are they merely figments of our imaginations, fueled by folklore and urban legends? Or could there be a darker, more sinister truth lurking beneath the surface of these eerie tales? Prepare to be captivated, chilled, and forever changed by the shadows that lurk just beyond the periphery of our understanding. Our journey begins with the very first documented sightings, where we'll uncover the chilling details that ignited the public's fascination with these otherworldly beings. From there, we'll trace the evolution of the legend, examining the cultural and historical influences that have shaped our perception of black-eyed children. Imagine, if you will, a knock at your door on a stormy evening. As you peer through the peephole, you're met with the sight of two young children, their faces pale and drawn. They ask to come inside, their voices strangely monotone and devoid of emotion. Something about their appearance sends a shiver down your spine, but you can't quite place your finger on what it is. Then, as you hesitate, they look up at you, and you see them, their eyes, completely black, like pools of endless night. This is the chilling reality reported by countless individuals who claim to have encountered black-eyed children. These encounters, often brief and deeply unsettling, leave witnesses shaken to their core, haunted by the memory of those piercing gazes. Many describe an overwhelming sense of dread, a feeling that something is deeply wrong, as if a primal instinct is screaming at them to flee. The accounts share striking similarities. The children's unusually pale skin, their often outdated clothing, and their unnerving ability to evoke a sense of fear and unease in those they encounter. Some witnesses report feeling physically drained after an encounter, as if their very life force has been diminished. Others describe experiencing vivid nightmares, haunted by the image of those black, soulless eyes. But what are these enigmatic beings? Are they simply mischievous spirits, lost souls seeking solace in the human world? Or could they be something far more sinister, harbingers of doom or even gateways to realms beyond our comprehension? The human mind is naturally drawn to the unexplained, to the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding. We crave answers, seeking to make sense of the unknown and to find our place in the grand tapestry of existence. And so we turn to stories, to legends and folklore to help us process the unexplainable and to find meaning in the chaos. The legend of black-eyed children is no exception. Throughout history, there have been tales of mysterious beings with otherworldly features, often depicted as harbingers of misfortune or messengers from the spirit world. From the fey creatures of Celtic lore to the demonic entities of medieval folklore, the concept of beings that exist on the fringes of our reality has captivated human imagination for centuries. As we delve into the historical and cultural context surrounding black-eyed children, we'll explore these ancient tales and examine the common threads that connect them to modern-day encounters. Could these timeless stories offer clues to the true nature of these enigmatic beings? Or are they simply reflections of our deepest fears, given form in the shadows of our collective unconscious? Join us as we venture deeper into the shadows, seeking answers and unraveling the enigma of these unsettling encounters. Why are there not more people talking about black-eyed children? Our journey into the black-eyed children phenomenon begins in Texas, where the first encounter shocked the unexplained. In 1996, journalist Brian Bethel shared a chilling tale. Bethel, known for his level-headed demeanor, met two black-eyed children in San Antonio. Working late, he decided to catch a movie. A tap on his window startled him. Two boys, illuminated by theater lights, asked for a ride. They claimed they forgot bus money. Bethel felt compelled to help but was uneasy. Their pale skin and intense eyes made him uncomfortable. Under the streetlights, he saw their eyes, completely black. Are you intrigued by the eerie tales that haunt the corners of the internet? Bethel's chilling encounter, shared through his writing and later recounted in countless interviews and paranormal investigations, sent ripples through the burgeoning world of online forums and early internet communities. The story of the black-eyed children of San Antonio spread like wildfire, captivating the imaginations of readers hungry for tales of the unexplained. Soon, similar stories began to surface, whispered in hushed tones in chat rooms and shared on message boards dedicated to the paranormal. The digital age provided a fertile ground for the legend of black-eyed children to take root and flourish. No longer confined to local folklore or whispered rumors, the tale transcended geographical boundaries, finding new life in the interconnected world of the internet. With each shared story, the mythos surrounding these enigmatic beings grew, fueled by speculation, personal experiences, and a collective fascination with the unknown. As the legend spread,
I saw them standing there, wearing clothes that seemed from another era. It was as if they were frozen in time.
Their eyes, those pitch-black eyes, I felt a chill run down my spine.
I couldn't shake the feeling of dread. It was like they were draining my very life force.
Every time I think about it, I feel that same sense of unease. It's as if their presence lingers.
The common thread that ran through all these tales, however, was the unsettling presence of those pitch-black eyes, staring out from the faces of otherwise ordinary children. The internet, once a platform for sharing information and connecting with others, had become a breeding ground for a new kind of folklore, a digital tapestry woven from shared experiences, speculation, and the enduring human fascination with the unexplained. The legend of black-eyed children had found its voice in the digital age, and its whispers were reaching a global audience.
Back in Texas, I grappled with the aftermath of my chilling encounter. The image of those black eyes haunted my dreams, their unnerving gaze forever seared into my memory. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply amiss, that I had stumbled upon something far more sinister than I could have ever imagined. Driven by a need to understand what I had experienced, I began to research folklore, mythology, and accounts of paranormal phenomena. I scoured ancient texts, consulted with paranormal investigators, and reached out to others who claimed to have encountered similar beings. The more I learned, the more convinced I became that black-eyed children were not simply a figment of my imagination or a case of mistaken identity. There was something undeniably eerie, something otherworldly about these encounters that defied rational explanation. My experience resonated with a growing number of individuals who had also encountered these mysterious children. People from all walks of life, teachers, police officers, nurses, and everyday citizens, came forward with their own stories, each adding a new layer to the growing tapestry of the black-eyed children phenomenon. The encounters, while varied in their details, shared a common thread of unease, fear, and a sense that something was deeply wrong. As the years passed, I became a reluctant spokesperson for the phenomenon, my chilling account serving as a touchstone for others who had experienced similar encounters. I continued to research and write about black-eyed children, my work fueling the public's fascination with these enigmatic beings and cementing their place in the annals of modern folklore.
While Bethel's encounter in San Antonio served as a catalyst for the widespread awareness of black-eyed children, similar stories had been circulating in hushed tones long before the internet brought them to the forefront of popular culture. One such tale, passed down through generations in rural communities across the American heartland, speaks of a farmer who encountered two black-eyed children on a stormy night in the early 1900s. The farmer, a weathered old man who lived alone on the outskirts of town, was awakened by a frantic knocking at his door. It was the dead of night, the wind howling outside like a banshee, and the rain lashing against the windows like 1,000 tiny fists. Cautiously, the farmer made his way to the door, lantern in hand, his heart pounding in his chest. Peering through the grimy window pane, the farmer saw two young children, a boy and a girl, huddled on his porch, their clothes soaked through and their faces pale and drawn. They looked up at him with pleading eyes, and the farmer, his heart filled with pity, unbolted the door a crack. "We need help," the children said in unison, their voices eerily calm despite the raging storm outside. "Please, sir, can we come in?" The farmer hesitated, a sense of unease washing over him. Something about the children's appearance, their unnaturally still demeanor, set his teeth on edge. He couldn't quite place his finger on it, but something felt deeply wrong. As if reading his thoughts, the children looked up at him, their eyes meeting his in the dim lantern light. That's when the farmer saw them, their eyes, completely black, like two bottomless pits staring back at him. I will never look at old legends the same way after learning this. The farmer, his blood turning to ice in his veins, slammed the door shut and bolted it tight, his heart pounding in his chest like a drum. He stumbled back from the door, his mind racing to make sense of what he had just seen. Those eyes, those black, soulless eyes, were like nothing he had ever witnessed before. They seemed to pierce through him, seeing into his very soul, filling him with a sense of dread he had never known. This tale, passed down through generations of whispers and campfire stories, highlights the enduring power of the black-eyed children phenomenon. It taps into a primal fear of the unknown, of the creatures that lurk in the shadows just beyond the reach of our understanding. But is there more to these stories than mere folklore and superstition? Could there be a historical basis for the legend of black-eyed children, a connection to ancient beliefs and mythical beings that have haunted humanity for centuries? As we delve deeper into the annals of history and mythology, we find that tales of mysterious beings with otherworldly features, often depicted as harbingers of misfortune or messengers from the spirit world, are prevalent across cultures and throughout time. These stories, passed down through generations of oral tradition, provide a glimpse into the fears and beliefs of our ancestors, revealing a deep-seated fascination with the unexplained and the supernatural that continues to resonate with us today. From the ancient Greeks with their tales of gods and monsters, to the folklore of medieval Europe, where witches and demons roamed the night, humanity has always sought to make sense of the unknown, to find explanations for the unexplainable. This is going to blow your mind. One recurring theme in folklore is the concept of the fair folk, also known as fairies or the fae. These beings were believed to inhabit a realm of magic and wonder, but also of danger and deceit. In Celtic folklore, the fair folk were capable of great beauty and kindness, but also mischief and malice. One chilling aspect is the belief in changeling children. Fairies would steal human babies, replacing them with their own offspring. These changeling children possessed an unsettling aura and unusual characteristics. The similarities between changeling lore and modern accounts of black-eyed children are striking. Could black-eyed children be a modern manifestation of this ancient fear? Exposing the soul stealers in mythology and folklore. As we venture into mythology and folklore, we encounter parallels to the black-eyed children phenomenon. Legends of demonic entities often take on the guise of children to lure victims. In Japanese folklore, kappa are mischievous water spirits resembling children. They lure people to the water's edge to steal their shirikodama, a mythical soul orb. Similarly, Eastern European strigoi take the form of children to entice victims. Strigoi feed on their victims' life force, leaving them weak and ill. These soul-stealing entities highlight a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. The idea of sinister forces beneath a child's appearance taps into our deepest anxieties. I don't think people understand how ancient fears can resurface in modern times. As we've explored the historical and mythological context surrounding black-eyed children, we've seen how these enigmatic figures share striking similarities with ancient legends of fairies and changelings. Are we witnessing a resurgence of ancient fears, given new life in the digital age? Black-eyed children tap into our primal fascination with the unknown, offering a glimpse into a world beyond our understanding. They represent the ultimate mystery, a puzzle that defies easy answers. The digital age has allowed these legends to spread rapidly, reaching a massive audience. To dismiss these encounters as mere superstition ignores the very real fear they evoke. What's something people don't know about the power of suggestion and the collective unconscious? While the historical and mythological parallels we've explored offer compelling insights into the enduring fascination with black-eyed children, it's essential to consider the role of psychology and the power of suggestion in shaping our perceptions and experiences. The human mind is a complex and malleable thing, susceptible to suggestion, particularly when it comes to matters of fear and the unknown. When we hear stories about black-eyed children, especially those imbued with an air of mystery and dread, our minds naturally begin to search for patterns and explanations. We may become more attuned to subtle cues in our environment, misinterpreting shadows as lurking figures or attributing sinister motives to seemingly innocuous encounters. This phenomenon, known as the pareidolia effect, is our brain's tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random or vague stimuli. It's what allows us to see faces in clouds, animals in star constellations, and perhaps black-eyed children in dimly lit doorways. Moreover, the power of suggestion can be amplified in group settings. When multiple people claim to have witnessed something unusual, especially something that aligns with pre-existing beliefs or fears, it can create a sense of shared reality, even if the original event was misperceived or exaggerated. This phenomenon, known as collective delusion or mass hysteria, highlights the social and cultural factors that can influence our perceptions and beliefs. In a world increasingly interconnected through social media and online communities, where information, both accurate and inaccurate, spreads rapidly, the potential for collective delusions to emerge and take hold is arguably greater than ever before. I bet you didn't know how science can shed light on the black-eyed children phenomenon. While the allure of the paranormal and ancient legends offer compelling narratives for understanding the black-eyed children phenomenon, it's important to approach this mystery with a critical eye. Science, with its emphasis on empirical evidence, provides a valuable lens to examine these encounters. Human perception can misinterpret sensory information, especially under stress or fear. The pareidolia effect highlights our tendency to perceive patterns in random stimuli. A fleeting glimpse of a child in shadows could be misconstrued as sinister, especially if familiar with the legend of black-eyed children. Stress and fear can distort our perceptions, making it difficult to accurately assess situations. You need to watch this if you struggle with sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis, a condition where one can't move or speak while falling asleep or waking up, can cause vivid hallucinations and fear. These hallucinations often involve shadowy figures and a sense of being watched. Some researchers suggest black-eyed children encounters could be linked to sleep paralysis. The common elements like dread and inability to move align with sleep paralysis symptoms. However, not all reports can be attributed to this condition. I'm sure you've heard the news. As we explore the black-eyed children phenomenon, consider the social and cultural factors. Marginalized groups have often been feared and misunderstood. Children with their unpredictable behavior can unsettle adults. Adults may project their anxieties onto them. Characteristics of black-eyed children tap into societal anxieties about strangers. Fear of the unknown leads to narratives that demonize the different. Media often portrays children negatively, fueling societal anxieties. It's essential to approach this phenomenon with sensitivity and examine our biases. Why are there not more people talking about the cultural context of black-eyed children? As we've explored the various explanations for black-eyed children, from scientific inquiries to cultural analyses, it's clear that no single narrative can fully encompass this phenomenon. The human experience is a tapestry woven from countless threads of belief and interpretation. What one culture may interpret as supernatural, another may view through psychology or folklore. The stories we tell and the beliefs we hold reflect our cultural heritage. It's essential to approach black-eyed children with cultural sensitivity and open-mindedness. What seems terrifying in one culture could be different in another. Some cultures see children with unusual abilities as messengers or healers. Embracing cultural diversity helps us understand the myriad ways we interpret the world. This is going to blow your mind. As we reach the end of our exploration into the eerie world of black-eyed children, we are left with more questions than answers. Despite the efforts of paranormal investigators, the true nature of these encounters remains shrouded in mystery. Are they figments of our imaginations or reflections of our deepest fears? Or could there be something more to these stories, something that defies rational explanation? The allure of the unknown has always captivated the human spirit. We are drawn to the mysteries that lie just beyond our comprehension. The black-eyed children phenomenon taps into this primal fascination, reminding us that there are still things in this world that we cannot explain. they challenge our perceptions, forcing us to confront the limits of our knowledge. The legend of black-eyed children continues to fascinate and frighten us, serving as a stark reminder of the power of the unknown and the enduring allure of mystery. Exposing the shadows in the digital age. As the 21st century dawned and the internet wove its way into everyday life, the legend of black-eyed children found a new breeding ground for fear and fascination. Online forums buzzed with first-hand accounts, and grainy photographs circulated on early social media platforms. The internet became a virtual campfire, connecting storytellers and listeners. Black-eyed children, once on the fringes of folklore, found themselves in the spotlight. Their eerie gazes stared out from countless screens, breathing new life into the legend. Are you terrified to discover the truth behind viral encounters? The internet has amplified the black-eyed children phenomenon. Stories that were once local now reach a global audience in hours. A chilling blog post can go viral, spreading fear and anxiety. This viral spread often amplifies fear and negativity. Online reactions range from curiosity to outright panic. An online echo chamber blurs the lines between discussion and real-world anxiety. Hoaxes further muddy the waters, making it hard to separate fact from fiction. I bet you didn't know how the internet transformed the black-eyed children legend. As the internet evolved, so did the black-eyed children legend. Creepypasta, a genre of online horror fiction, provided a new platform for the legend. Writers tapped into primal fears, finding fertile ground in the phenomenon. These tales wove intricate narratives around black-eyed children. Some depicted them as mischievous spirits, others as harbingers of doom. The line between reality and fantasy blurred, fueling the mystery. This ambiguity further fueled the mystery surrounding black-eyed children. You need to hear this if you're a truth seeker in the digital age. In today's digital landscape, where information spreads at lightning speed, the challenge of separating truth from falsehood has never been greater. The black-eyed children phenomenon, with its roots in folklore and its resurgence in the digital age, exemplifies this challenge. There are no easy answers, no definitive explanations. The human mind is drawn to the unexplained. It's essential to approach the unknown with skepticism and critical thinking. The internet can be a breeding ground for misinformation. Let us strive to be discerning consumers of information. The truth is out there, but finding it requires critical thinking and skepticism.
The phenomenon of black-eyed children continues to fascinate and frighten, a stark reminder of the mysteries that endure in our modern age. From the first chilling accounts to the viral spread of stories online, these encounters tap into our deepest fears and challenge our understanding of the world around us. While science offers plausible explanations, ranging from sleep paralysis to the power of suggestion, the truly unsettling nature of these experiences lingers. Perhaps the most enduring aspect of the black-eyed children phenomenon is its ability to ignite our imaginations and make us question the boundaries of reality. Are these encounters merely a product of our collective anxieties, fueled by folklore and the internet's propensity for spreading fear? Or could there be something more, something truly unexplainable, lurking beneath the surface? Ultimately, the answer remains elusive. The black-eyed children, like so many mysteries that have captivated humanity for centuries, continue to defy easy categorization. They exist in that unsettling space where folklore and reality blur, where our deepest fears take on a tangible form, and where the unknown continues to beckon us with its chilling allure. As we navigate a world increasingly defined by technology and the constant flow of information, the black-eyed children remind us that some mysteries may never be fully solved. They challenge us to confront the limits of our understanding, to embrace the unknown, and to remember that the shadows of our world can hold both wonder and terror in equal measure.